2 county council members are re-elected to leadership positions. Council holds its annual business meeting. Richland County gathers information from flood victims, and we take a quick look at some building and improvement projects. Let's review what's going on in Richland County. At Richland County Council's first meeting of the year, members re-elected Tory Rush to serve as chair and Greg Pierce to serve as vice chair for 2016. The chair and vice chair of Richland County Council maintain order during council meetings, decide what items make it onto agendas, and represent council at public functions. Last year, Rush, who was elected to council in 2012, and veteran Pierce were picked by their colleagues to serve in the council leadership roles. Richland County Council gathered for its annual business meeting to address various issues facing the county this year. The meeting included updates from administrative staff and department directors on a range of topics, including the transportation penny, flood recovery efforts, the budget process, and the future direction for the utilities department. Residents, business owners, and others affected by the October floods attended a series of meetings last month to provide important information that will help guide future flood preparation strategies. Held at locations across the county, the Community Input and Recovery Project meetings were staffed by flood officials, county personnel, and council members who listened to attendees describe their personal experiences with the flooding and provided photographs and documents that relate specific flood areas and other concerns. The public input gathered at the meetings will be used to compile a technical report that is specific to Richland County and will include strategies for lessening the effects of future flooding.
The big picture really is that we're trying to come up with a document that outlines a number of projects or strategies that will make the communities more resilient to flooding in the future. And an important component of that is to host these community meetings so that we can get input from individuals who have lived through flooding in the past here. We may have ideas about ways to mitigate flooding in the future. Things where maybe we're under capacity, so there may be a constricting location, a culvert, where that constriction actually exacerbates the flooding upstream of it, for instance. Or there may be opportunities to reconnect to an existing floodplain that allows water to dissipate out without impacting infrastructure or homes or buildings or businesses. Those are things, the type of things that we're looking at potentially doing.
There's 6 meetings being done around the county to make it convenient for the citizens. So it's very exciting that we have professionals coming in, hearing the stories, asking the questions to make sure that they get the information so that we can look at how we move forward to fix the things that we can, get the funding that's going to be available from the federal government, and also how we position ourselves in Richland County, that if in the next 1,000 years we have a similar kind of experience, that the outcome will be very different than it was this time.
Richland County government owns and maintains dozens of buildings all over the county, including sheriff and fire department substations, courthouses, public works, administration, and more. Chad Fosnight, our capital improvements manager, has an update on some new facilities that are on the way.
Before the county bought it, it was a strip mall. So there was an old Kroger that was in here, along with a number of smaller stores. The county purchased it. We demoed out the entire interior of the facility, and then our central magistrate court, as well as the sheriff's substation, is going to be relocating into this facility once it's complete. We'll have a number of large courtrooms, much larger than the courtrooms the central court currently has. It'll also feature a community room, which will be open to the public to use for neighborhood association meetings or things like that. Some of the sustainable features that we'll see in the facility is a rainwater harvesting tank, which will be used to capture most of the rainwater from the roof and recycle it and use it as irrigation for some of the landscaped islands in the parking lot.
Yeah, the Decker Center continues to progress. The team working on that is just outstanding, doing a great job. Still ahead of schedule, still under budget, and it's just going to be so exciting.
We'll have the facility finished and open to the public by the end of this year. Right now the schedule looks like probably October, November. We'll have substantial completion, and we'll start moving in the end users into the facility, probably October, November this year. Corners, we purchased property out on Shakespeare Road, about 19,000 square feet, so a significant upgrade to his current facility. We started construction on that, actually renovation of an existing facility, back in June of this year, and we're looking at completion of that first part of February. So it's on schedule. It's actually a little ahead of schedule. Contractor's doing a real nice job on that facility, and it's going to definitely be an upgrade to what the coroner currently has. And his existing facility will then be used by the Sheriff's Department to relocate some of their services into that facility.
The Richland Soil and Water Conservation District will accept nominations for Richland County's Conservation Teacher and Principal of the Year until April 8th. Each school year, our district recognizes educators who have exhibited an outstanding commitment to conservation and environmental education. The winners will receive cash prizes and will be recognized at the district's annual banquet. Instructions and nomination forms are available online at rcgov.us/rswcd. Richland County Councilman Bill Malinowski and Soil and Water Conservation District Chairman Kenny Mullis recognized Dutch Fork Elementary School last month for being a recipient of a conservation education mini-grant. The grant provided funding to support the school's environmental science fair. Dutch Fork Elementary is an academy of environmental science with a core belief that learning should lead to social action. As a part of the science fair, students developed testable questions related to the environment and were engaged in scientific inquiry to answer those questions throughout the fall semester. The winning student project was called Screen the Drain Before It Rains by Maurice McGuire, Lorena Granados, and Jelani Golston. These students learned about permeable and impermeable surfaces, then placed screens under the storm drain grates in the school parking lot and measured the amount of debris collected at each site. During the Science Fair Awards ceremony, Councilman Malinowski and Chairman Mullis applauded the students' efforts to become better environmental stewards and commended the teachers for providing this learning opportunity. Conservation mini-grants are available to support environmental projects at Richland County schools.
Every January, the business community begins a new cycle of renewing business licenses, and for the past 10 years, the county's Business Service Center has helped assist every type of business navigate the process. The BSC handles Richland County's business license program, as well as its local accommodations tax program and enforcement of the hospitality tax program. The BSC collects business-related taxes, issues business-related licenses and permits, enforces the county's business requirements, and educates the business community regarding those requirements. If you or someone you know is starting a small business, you can check out the BSC website at rcgov.us/BSC. 3 Richland County Emergency Services Division employees were recently recognized by Palmetto Health for the exemplary care they provided to cardiac patients. Their early intervention and treatment made the difference in some of the patients' outcomes. Palmetto Health presented Donna Irby, Robert Howe, and Brian Freeman with Palmetto Health cardiac pins and special certificates for their excellent care. The 2016 class of Richland 101 will soon be underway. Richland 101 is a month-long class that goes behind the scenes of county business and allows residents an up-close look at the duties performed by various Richland County departments. Attendees will get insight on the creation and implementation of the county budget, transportation penny updates, tours of the detention center, and so much more. Classes will be held every Monday and Thursday night in April from 6:15 p.m. to about 8 o'clock. The class is free, but space is limited. To ensure your space in this annual class, register online at rcgov.us. Well, that's going to do it for this edition of the Richland Review. If you have any questions about the information in this video, email us at pio@rcgov.us. For their exemplary care, they
Exemplary. Just
Yeah, do it again. I laughed.
Yeah, you were having some fun.